Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett loves to keep us up to date with what's going on with Congress and the Oversight Committee. So let's hear what she has to say about what's going on. She touches a little bit on, Trump and the war, but very briefly, she mainly wants to keep us updated with what's going on with the Oversight Committee and her ranking as the #1 Democrat. Let's hear what she has to say.
Hey everyone, I'm gonna give y'all like 2 seconds to jump on. I'm not gonna be on long. I know I always say that and then my lives go longer than they probably should. But I wanted to jump on because obviously it's been bombs, missiles, all kinds of stuff. And to be clear, I've still not gotten any type of briefing. So just so y'all know, nobody's tried to call us in for a top secret briefing at all as whole sitting members of Congress, but whatever. So I wanted to make sure that y'all knew that. So unfortunately, my information is not any more advanced than the information that you're getting, whether you're watching TV or if you're on social media. I also wanted to update y'all on the oversight race. We have kind of 2 legs of this race. The first leg is basically the Steering and Policy Committee, which is made up of appointed and elected members. So these are other people that get elected by the caucus. And then some of these people are appointed by the leader. It's about 60 something people in the caucus. And we have a total of like a little over 200 members in the entire caucus. And so they make a recommendation and then we go in for votes the next day. Caucus politics are different from the real world. I'll just say it that way. And so I absolutely resisted educating y'all fully on how this election worked because your excitement and exuberance in general, and you posting on social, I loved it, right? Like I appreciate it because I love the people. I love to be in touch with the people. I love to know kind of what is engaging the people. But if I would have told y'all how the elections go and y'all started making phone calls, it would have made life even more complicated for me, as backwards as that may sound. So I absolutely did not engage in communicating about any of that. Trying to put myself in the best position to really be able to lead this committee so that, hopefully there could be a little bit of excitement and reconfiguration in the base, as well as to ensure that we would have very robust kind of communications that are coming out and that kind of stuff. Long story short, I went through the first leg of this race today, and there have been recent questions about something that just wasn't true because I'm always loud and proud about everything that I have to say. But it did cause me some issues for sure. So I placed last in the recommendation from Steering and Policy. And so with that, I am not going to caucus for a vote tomorrow. And, those that have decided that they want to stay in the race to pursue the position, I am going to gracefully bow out because it just kind of is what it is, right? Like it just is what it is. And so, I want us to be successful, and I am going to pray for, good guidance and leadership of whomever ultimately is elected on tomorrow morning. I obviously still serve as vice ranker and will continue to do what I can from this vantage point. And I think I'm going to be a little bit more like the rest of the 92%. I truly believe and trust God in so many ways in my life. I truly still wonder how in the heck I got here, because this was nothing that I ever thought I would be, for sure. So with that, I am trusting that this is what God kind of wants me to do in this moment. And I always trust and believe that there is something that he is up to. And so, many of you don't know that there is only one actual election that I've lost. And that was my very first one. And but for me running and but for me losing, I would not be in Congress. So it definitely worked out. And I'm good to go. So listen, we still got to win. We got crazy people that are running the country and legitimately like crazy. So definitely we got a lot of work to do. And I am going to figure out kind of, the way that I want to best kind of be out there, educate y'all, motivate y'all, and hopefully even assist as many candidates as I can. I now switch my attention to two things. So these things I want you to pay attention to. Number one, I'm switching my attention to make sure that I'm focusing in on LaMonica McIver. And so we will probably do a live at some point together. I need to talk to her about where she is on her fundraising, but I need to help her. I need y'all to help her because she is my colleague that is being prosecuted, and it's wrong. And it's typically more difficult for Black women to raise money. So definitely I'm going to be calling on y'all, definitely going to try to come up with creative solutions and ways to raise money to support LaMonica so that she can fight through her legal battles. So that's one of my next priorities. My second priority that I'm going to focus on is the fact that the president seemingly is concerned about me. So he called down to my governor and is planning to do some redistricting. Not really sure whose districts they're targeting, but definitely have to have my lawyers on deck and ready for that, even though we're still technically in litigation for the last lines. So the governor just called a special session next month. He did not put this on the call at this point. So we'll see, but supposedly they're moving forward. So there's a lot that we have to do. Long story short, my district is supposed to be the best protected district under what we have left of the Voting Rights Act. But these people don't care about rules, and they don't care about the law, and they definitely don't care about the Constitution. And so they may try to decimate because I don't even know if I will know the people in the district. Like I have no idea. So we are having to gear up for not only the shenanigans in court, but I am going to have to gear up for a fight, potentially for my seat. So those are the two things that I will be focusing on going forward. And I'm going to take a couple of questions. And the final thing is I don't ever make excuses for myself, for sure. But one of my dearest friends passed away, and I found out right before I went in today. So my head is a little messed up. So I say all that to say to make sure that you hug your loved ones, especially right now. Just, it's way too much going on. Way too much uncertainty. This isn't anyone that was sick. This isn't anyone who was old. This isn't anyone that should have died. And I think that times are only going to get even worse for us. So hug those that you love tightly and make a concerted effort to check in on people. And that's probably going to be one of the things that I regret the most, is that he was always checking on me instead of me checking on him. So many messages of him checking on me. But anyway, because I'm not going to cry on live for sure. I'm not going to do that. So, all right, let me see. Question is, ceasefire. What up with it? Again, I know nothing because this man lies and governs by Truth Social. So I have no idea. All we know is what we get on the reporting, which supposedly part of the ceasefire includes Israel stopping what they're doing. And so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So I don't get Israel briefings. At this point, I'm not getting U.S. briefings. So I don't know. I don't know that I would believe it. I think we will know when we get reports that ain't nobody else being attacked. Let's see. All right. Oh, as far as money, like I'll do some things so that y'all are clear about what's going on. So somebody said, what can we in Dallas, Texas do? When the time comes, if they actually are going to have hearings, we're going to need people to testify so that we can make sure that there is a good record of like where you live and like why you shouldn't have, say, South Dallas in with like rural random parts of Texas, because like their needs are not the same. So like I'll train y'all up on those things. I'll let you know when the hearings happen. You know, I may even look to get some transportation specifically out of Dallas to Austin to make sure that people can get there and not have to worry about transportation, all that kind of stuff. So we will organize and make sure that people are moving and that you're educated and you're ready to go. Because what we do is we take the testimony that takes place, and that's what informs a lot of the court cases. So we got to make sure that the people's voices are on the record, because we already know they just gonna vote to do whatever their leader tells them to do. But like, we have to make sure that we make a good record and hopefully are able to win in court. As relates to money, I'll also make that clear for y'all. I'm gonna check in with LaMonica. I haven't had a chance to because I was working on the race and that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna check in with her, figure out exactly where she is on money, and do my best to come up with like some creative solutions. For sure, I'm willing to go into her state or take her to other states, that kind of stuff, to do some things to raise some money for her. But I don't have an idea of like what her attorney's fees are looking like right now, what they're anticipating, that kind of stuff. Like, if you don't know who LaMonica McIver is, like, just research the whole situation. But they have charged a woman that I consider to be like a little sister to me, and she literally, they trying to lock her up for a maximum of like 16 or 17 years. Like, wow. While they got the felon down the street, like acting a fool and putting people in harm's way. Like, it's just, I just refuse to not fight this, like, with everything that I've got. So, you know, I am now again gonna pivot and focus my attention on fighting for her, another 92%er. Like, it's just where I feel like I'm supposed to be. So with that, I'm going to jump off. I appreciate y'all so very much. Keep fighting. I see you. And then I think there's a couple of places that I'm going to hit. I think I'm going to go a few places and do a few things. So I'll keep y'all posted. Have a good night.
So that was Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. And you guys heard clearly that she said she isn't going to be taking the head spot on the committee for the Democrats. Things went left and she didn't win. But she's staying positive. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that she should have won, but she said she didn't really put it out there, what's going on and how it goes? Who knows what got brought up? But, that's Congress for you. And now she says she's changing her attention to defending other members of Congress. Let me know your thoughts. And like always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.